Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode here at Dunn's Forge, because today is an amazing day. We have a really simple project, but I got some other stuff in store for you. Stay tuned. All right, so today what we're gonna do is make a tool for both my anvils here. We're gonna make a simple fullering jig. It's gonna help establish really nice symmetrical ends for a knife for the tang. So we're gonna take this here 1/8 inch by, I think it's 1.5 inches. I do this every video now. I swear to goodness. Yeah, so 1/8 inch by 1.5 inch mild steel. What we're gonna do is take this mild steel, ooh, my marker's getting real, and we're going to fold it right here in the middle. So it's gonna look kind of like this, right? And then we're gonna come in here and we're gonna pinch down these sides to where this stays open, and then this comes to this, and then we're going to take this here, this is 5/8 cold rolled bar, and we're going to probably do about 3 to 4 inches, cut it, 2 of them, and weld it on the ends, so that way we then have a sidebar here to help pinch the tang down to make this. So that way it makes a nicer symmetrical ends. It gets everything flowing exactly where you want it to be, established at really good shoulders. So simple project, really fun, and pretty quick. So if y'all need to do this at home, you can use a torch, a small forge, or just cold roll it, but it's better to heat it up. We went ahead and marked the center, so that way when we heat it up we can see exactly where it is. I just took a little cold chisel and just marked it. It's mild steel, so it marks really easy. So right now what I'm gonna do, stick it into the forge, heat up about this section right here, take it over to the horn, bend it, do a little bit of forging, and get it ready to weld on the 5/8 rod. All right, this one is gonna be called the maker spot. For now on, I'm gonna start doing, once I get goodie bags in the mail and from the companies that I buy my material from, I'm gonna start doing a little maker spot, if you will. I might come up with a different name, but right now it flew off my head. So maker spot it is. So in today's maker spot, I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the material I just received this week. One, Steelhead Forge off of Instagram. I believe he bakes knives, but he does a lot of hardwood for knife scales. They're stabilized and dyed. So curly or maple burl, red molly from Australia, curly maple dyed, maple burl dyed orange, and then spalted maple burl dyed blue. If you are interested into some really fantastic scales and blocks for your knives, or even pistols, or even call blanks, whatever the case is, whatever type of wood turning you want to do, hit this guy up. I'll have his Instagram profile in the description down below. Another one, a long-time supplier of mine, I've been buying from them for the last 6 years, knifekits.com. They have an amazing selection for knife and holster making for pistols. They have all the blue bodies for your pistols. They got a tremendous amount of Kydex, Boltex, leather, whatever the case is. I got some space material, white, double black, and zombie green. Don't know why they call it double black. It's black, but hey. And then this is a blue black G10. I think it was like 3/8 thick. I got some nice copper stainless steel pins. As the knife maker, don't just buy one pin at a time. Buy as much as you can, and if you can buy the really long links, buy that too. I got like a 20-foot 1/4-inch stainless steel linked back there from my local guy, but try to find some copper, brass, or whatever the case is. They also have, let's see here, where is it? They also have some really cool mosaic pins. And then if you don't want to spend the money for the mosaic pin, but you want something a little bit fancy, they also got tong holes or tong tubes that's filled with epoxy. So like blood red epoxy. And then they also got a black, which, you know, it adds a little bit of character to your handles. Something a little different. One of the other things that I highly suggest getting is this black webbing. They also got blood red, orange, blue, and green, I do believe. It makes for really cool spots to put onto your belt. You know, you can do all kinds of applications with this. It's like $1 or so a foot. It's not really expensive. It's pretty cool. So another guy, first time buying from him. His company is called Old Town Cutlery, and I believe he's in Georgia. Is Lee and Melissa Tigner. Sorry if I butchered your names. They sell manufactured knives. They also have a couple of their own knives, and they got some really cool, I want to say they make this in the house, but G10 micarta. They've got some other exotic handle materials, a few other miscellaneous abrasives. But I got from them some blood red 1/4-inch pins, G10, and black G10 pins. I've used carbon fiber, and carbon fiber can be a little brittle. It's a little bit expensive. These right here are going to be stronger, and they're not that expensive at all. Really cool stuff. So on today's Maker's Mark, we've got 3 other suppliers. If you're interested, I'll have all their links in the description down below. Don't be discouraged. Check it out. Get you some nice stuff. Don't settle for the junk. Get you something decent. All right. That's all it is. Pretty simple. Sorry about the fumbling. I forgot the other glove. But yeah, pretty simple. You just make it to like this. And then what we're gonna do is weld a 3/4-inch hardy hole on the bottom here, or a 3/4-inch square stock for the hardy hole, because I don't have any 1-inch on hand. And then we're gonna take this 5/8 rod like this, and we're gonna weld it right here to the bottom of it, so that way we can use it for the tool, which you'll see here in a second. So right now what I'm doing, y'all, is just cleaning up the ends where I cut it. Getting ready to weld it. And also with the hardy hole stake, if you will. For my instance, I'm using 3/4 because I don't have any 1-inch, but this will be able to fit perfect into my smaller anvil. You generally want to chamfer the edges, so it just helps with going inside your hardy hole and preventing from cutting yourself or from binding up on anything. So do the same thing with everything you cut, whether it's you cut off at the hardy or you cut off at the chop saw here. You always want to clean off the burrs. So makes for a little better job, a little less worrying about cutting yourself or anything else. All right, so now what we're gonna do is just weld on the actual full ring piece onto the jig. So, all right, so what the end result should look something similar to this. The reason for this back piece, because it helps hold the spring tension. This one is more designed to put fullers into your blade, but it also can work. I'm gonna make another one to where the rods are facing this way, and then I'll narrow down this section here to where it's gonna help for this process, but it still works for the same thing. So you take your bar steel and say you wanna make a hidden tang right here, or you wanna put shoulders in it, right? You just open it up. Say I want it right there, right? Open that up. That makes really nice shoulders, as you can see. So that way then you can start drilling down your tang, you know, or your nice ricosto, say you're making a dagger, you know, a hidden tang, whatever the case is. Really simple. And then the other method, well, let's put this back in the fire real quick. Always waiting for you to heat up, yeah! Whoa, whoa, you're not supposed to be singing that. Cut it. All right, y'all. Now let's do a little bit of fullering and what some people like to call the Hollywood blood groove. It's kind of a annoyancy when people say that, because that's not exactly at all what it is. Just a simple fullering to help lighten up the blade. And now this is very, very tricky. You want to make sure it's even, straight, and, you know, as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So this is a very light impression, but what you can see is you'll start fullering it out. So you're thinning it in the middle and it's pushing the sides out. Then you'll bevel the edges. So what this does is it make your blade wider and lighter, because you don't need a big 1/4 inch chunk of steel that only an ogre can wield. It'll allow you to have a big blade with a light package hitting hard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for watching another exciting episode here at Dunn's Forge with my main man, Brandon Harberts, behind that camera. Give him a shout out, everybody. I'm gonna have his Facebook, and you don't have a website yet, do you? No, but I'll have his Facebook in the description below. So if you're around Sioux Falls or the area, and if you're looking for some nice real estate shoots, some nice YouTube video, or a filmographer for making YouTube videos, what else do you do there, bud? All sorts of stuff. If you're looking for some awesome, also we're gonna talk about Harberts Health here. That is something up and coming, and I'm allowed to talk about that, right? So that's something up and coming. If you are around the area, Sioux Falls area, and you're looking to get into shape, to better yourself, to increase your longevity for your kids, your grandkids, whatever the case it is, or you just want to feel better about yourself, hit up my main man right here that's behind the camera. He's also in the gym, busting his butt, 6 foot something, 200 pounds, looking like a machine. There you go, you got it. So I want to thank y'all for watching today's episode. I'm making a simple fullering jig. This is more for making fullers into your blade, but you can also use it to increase your shoulders. The other version is just to have the bars going this way, so that way your knife can stick out when you're making the shoulders. Really simple. And yes, I made this 3/4 to fit this anvil. I got to make a sleeve to fit the bigger anvil. So another exciting thing before we leave today, we're going to talk about our sponsor. Our sponsor for the upcoming videos is Cameron Will out of South Dakota. He has CS Hardwoods. Now he's just a small time guy in a shop, but he's got some really amazing, beautiful species of walnut, black walnut, maple, padauk, cedar, whatever the case it is. I'll have his website and Facebook down in the description as well. We have an upcoming project for an amazing client making double walnut end tables. This is something that is going to be my first all wood project. I specialize in welding, metal fabrication, making blades, blacksmithing objects, but I'm wanting to get into woodworking as well. So we got the project here. This is going to be a really sweet, different design of an end table. And we also have this project where this is gonna become a collab. So we're taking this walnut cookie, and now this is a big walnut tree. It was pretty much 2 trees that kind of grew together. And I'm gonna make a really sweet epoxy walnut coffee table. And I'm gonna have diamond legs that I'm gonna paint into antique bronze out of 1.5 inch tube steel. So stay tuned for this project coming up later this year. And now we're gonna talk about the thing that was really amazing for me yesterday. I got in contact by, what's his name? Andrew from King Skull Metalworks there in Garrison, South Dakota, which is probably a good little hop away from me, about 20 minutes. He does amazing AR-500 plates for ranges for your pistols, rifles, shotguns, making range targets. He also specializes in making metal signs. He has a really awesome shop, a really awesome machinery, and he just got a truckload in yesterday. And he hooked me up with a Gardner 1015 surface grinder. This has been on my wish list for the last 6 years. Something brand new in this same size is 10 times more expensive than what I got this for. This is gonna be a little YouTube series. I'm gonna have probably about 3 or 4 videos of me tearing this apart, degreasing it, cleaning it up, re-greasing it correctly, painting it. I gotta get this is a 220 3-phase. I only have 1 phase, so I gotta get a 3-phase converter. I'm gonna have the electrician come in here, hook me up with some more 220 outlets, 3-phase converter, boom, we're gonna get this thing going with the, what's this one called? This is the coolant tank with pump. I mean, and this sucker is just sweet. It's got the electric magnetic chuck on it. Just one amazing piece of machinery. Haven't yet figured out the year, so if anybody in here that knows anything about machinery can tell me what year this is. It's a Gardner 1015 model, and it is definitely older. I'm thinking 60s to 80s. So, but anyways, thank y'all so much for enjoying the show, for watching and enjoying the show. I want to give a shout out to everybody else that has supported me, supported this business, and that is supporting this channel. It really means a lot. If y'all are ever interested on becoming a Patreon, just go to www.patreon.com/DunnsForge. I have the link in the description below. All right, goodbye.